Warner Brothers did Snyder dirty. So I'm a big DC fan, as I've said before, but I gotta recognize some things here because Zack Snyder was did dirty. He was did so dirty, it's not even funny. And I think in order for the DC universe to really do well, I think they have to mend the past. Okay, so back in the day when Justice League came out, it was a huge bomb. It totally flopped at the box office, and it was one of the most expensive DC uh, films that was ever made. The reports were that it was up to $400 million that it cost. Now, during the shooting of Justice League, Zack Snyder's daughter committed suicide, and it was a really big deal for him. So he left and had to deal with his family tragedy. And what DC did, what Warner Brothers did, was brought in a different director, Josh Whedon, to reshoot basically the entire movie. There was a lot of reshoots that went on with that movie. And they did this because they didn't like the direction that Zack Snyder was going. So they thought they wanted to be more like Marvel and make it more lighthearted and funny. And Zack Snyder's vision was not that. It was much darker, which, by the way, is kind of how DC is. DC originally was more dark, more dreary, and more serious. For a studio to come in while you are dealing with the family tragedy and reshoot your entire project, basically is what they did. That was completely ridiculous, rude, and horrible. Absolutely horrible. And quite frankly, they deserved their movies flopping after that. So, karma. Now, here's the thing. The Snyderverse and also the regular DC fans, there's really like two big parties here. They're all toxic. You guys need to come together. You guys need to reconcile, I think. And I think you need to mend the past. And I think in order to do that, what you could do is offer Zack Snyder a position in the new DCU. I think you should allow him to direct and possibly write one of the new DCU movies that's coming out. Let him come back and do something within the DC universe. What do you think? Would you like to see Zack Snyder join DCU and reconcile and bring the two parties together? Or should Zack Snyder just go off and do something else?